Greetings, world. I can't just say America, it's gotta be the world, because everybody's watching, right?
Well, worldwide, man.
Of course, always.
Big time.
We have the power.
We have the power, you know, like we've got 100K viewers all across the world, but the Twitch chat is not showing that because it's not catching up with the sheer awesomeness of the show yet, so we expect those numbers to be in next month.
Mm-hmm.
There you go.
And then
it'll be right there with the buys for our monthly pay-per-view.
Yep. We'll get all the CPM. That's going to be
Finally,
so sick.
man. I'm going to buy the biggest yacht.
Oh shit, damn, you're going to get that
You're going
much
to have
money?
the biggest house on the street?
That's right, man.
I was just going to buy the Chevy Chevette, yo, hey.
I'll never get a parking ticket again because I'm just going to buy, a Camaro and put a sail on it and call it a boat.
Damn. Pockets has to be the Ric Flair of the FGC. It's got to be styling and profiling.
Exactly. I'm land and sea.
Damn.
But yeah, welcome to another episode of Super Desperation Radio, where it's kind of a skeleton crew today. Just myself, Gibby, and Paul are here to keep you guys entertained and informed with all your FGC news and or anecdotes, which we have plenty.
I guess Sanchez is dead. I don't know.
Sanchez died?
He died.
I don't know. I didn't hear from him. Normally he tells us if he's going to be late, but he must have gotten caught just owned up at work.
I read this article about some guy trying to hook in an Ethernet port to some electrical outlet in Santa Monica. Pretty sure that's how
it exploded.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure those things aren't supposed to explode, but it is Sanchez.
He started talking about Third Strike veterans, and he probably had to go smoke a bowl just on principle.
Yeah. I saw that.
So, that's what happens. You can't bring up the ghost of Third Strike without having to hit a joint somewhere, I'm pretty sure.
Oh man, he's probably still in the alley then.
See, that's what I'm saying.
He's like, wow, this is some good cheap.
I mean, I haven't seen Third Strike players do in the alley. They just blatantly did it out in front of the arcades.
Yeah, out in front of FFA.
Well, to be fair, it's SoCal. I haven't seen an alley in SoCal in my 3 years of being
we
down
have plenty of alleys here in SoCal.
Yeah, you just got to
don't want to go in these alleys, man. You do not want to go to these alleys.
You don't want to fuck with those alleys?
Those are the alleys that people really do get shot in.
Yeah, they're not like the nice but scary looking alleys that we have in NorCal.
There you go.
Everybody's like, I don't want to walk to the Foundry, but it's still okay.
I mean, it's only moderately okay.
Yeah, if you don't have a car. If you're walking there, they don't steal shoes anymore. We're over that.
Oh, well, that's always good to know.
Yeah. Just wheels.
Oh, okay.
Oh, man, I just read a hilarious tweet that I don't want to read on the show. God damn it.
Why would you tell me about it? It did not read
link to it. It's going to be good. Chat, you're boned.
I like that, chat.
Yeah, nothing better for the listeners than telling them the stuff you can't look at.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
I forgot it was Monday.
Wow, good job.
What?
We just figured you were talking about Third Strike, so you had to go get high.
No. Nah, man, as a contributing member of society, I don't condone nor partake in the use of illicit drugs, whether they be performance-enhancing or not.
That's another topic for another day, but I think we can all agree.
Get off my back, man!
that marijuana was a performance-enhancing drug in Third Strike. I think we can all agree.
Yeah.
That's probably
I'm pretty sure Frankie 3S has stop time.
He just hits the joint and you hear reality in the background.
Really? He's perpetually parrying any attack before it happens.
Oh, damn, he goes back in time to parry the attack?
Yeah, he's like the Flash or some shit.
Damn. Just amazing. I don't know. So, we are sort of at the tail end of the first wave of Guilty Gear Xrd tournaments across the United States. And I kind of wanted to just talk about what characters we've been seeing already, since people have had a couple weeks, and players that have been doing well. Obviously, in Chicago, there's been a lot of Elven Shadow doing really well, what with coming from Japan and whatnots, playing Faust. But then there's also been Sim and Black Snake playing Venom and Milia. And I haven't honestly seen, and this kind of goes across the nation as a whole, I haven't seen a lot of strong play from the new characters, but I think that's to be expected somewhat, because a lot of people are starting to just get kind of a grip on them. I know that Leonil Requiem, I think he's from Detroit or Michigan, had a pretty good Ramlethal in the recent Chicago tournament, and Payne's been playing Ramlethal, And he had a pretty good showing at Dogfight this last weekend.
Oh, yeah.
But Dogfight was still run by 3 people who have played the game for a long time, which was the winner was named Yat, who is apparently a chip player who is the old school and
Yuji.
sort of disappeared for a couple years. And then, of course, we had Stun Edge playing Kai, and this guy Aganor playing Eno. And I don't know Yat or Aganor, so can you shed some light on that at all, Chris?
There's just a couple of NorCal players. Like you said, they disappeared when we pretty much stopped playing stuff.
Yeah.
And I mean, they were always around in some capacity or something. I never really interacted with them personally, but I do know that they were around. Whenever we did decide to run gear at the old game center location, a lot of times they would show up, and a couple other people would too. So that was cool. You also had Erdis Ihwang-san, who has stuck with gear both during its good and bad times.
Yeah,
So,
he's always been pretty strong in the tournaments you guys have had.
yeah, he's like one of the best guys we have. But yeah, so those are just a couple of players. The thing that surprised me, though, is that I wasn't expecting them to play Exard, because the mood was a little bit like, like, is anybody going to take this game seriously when we're still playing plus R, even though we're not playing plus R anymore?
Yeah.
But they all took to it pretty well, so, good for them. I think that's very encouraging for a lot of other people who were, on the fence about becoming serious about Exard after having spent all their time playing either Accent Core or, I guess, Reload, because I don't think anybody really came out for plus R up in North.
Yeah.
And
Obviously. Oh, sorry.
I was going to say, just like to add on, it's also really cool to see some of the new players doing well. Even if it is Pain, and Pain is like a freak of nature, he's going to do well whenever he touches. It's still cool to see him, adapting to this, new series very well, finding his character almost immediately, and just looking so competent with her against some of the best players we have up here. So that was really awesome. How come he's not sponsored yet?
Well, it's always, Pain always tends to gravitate toward top-tier characters, so it always helps his cause a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
But he's definitely one of those players who picks games up really fast. And he never seems to have he either grinds the game out so much, or he's just naturally talented in terms of execution, because he never seems to have a big problem with that as a barrier for any character. Yeah,
and it's just so strange, because, I thought that he would struggle the most, when he was playing KO of 13, I was like, this might not be his bag of, his cup of tea, and he ended up taking to it fairly naturally, and then going directly back to BlazBlue and moonlighting between the two, and a lot of people can't do that, it's really hard to just, get your mind in that mode where you're just, playing one school game and you're playing another one immediately afterwards, so,
yeah.
Always gonna have good things to say about Pain.
Yeah. Meanwhile, down in SoCal, we've had about 2 tournaments. One was Rebel Up, which I think we mentioned last week in brief, that was won by Beautiful Dude, and then there was a tournament at UGC this weekend, which was also won by Beautiful Dude. So, Zato ruling SoCal right now. Up in the Northwest, we had top 3 Soul Mirrors, which was some of the most boring shit I've seen in a while, but that's Soul. Which was won by Veteru, SG guy, who has obviously gotten well known because he went to Arc Revo this year for BlazBlue, but he came in second with Soul, and third place was Murder Joe. And I don't know how long Murder Joe's been playing, honestly. I'd never heard of him, but Sanchez knows who he is because he's a bullet player in BB, so
yeah.
100%.
SG guy is known for going to Arc Revo?
Well, I'd say so.
Oh, I thought he was known for having fabulous hair.
Well, he is known for that as well.
When I saw that man's hair, I was like, yo, damn. God damn, I want some hair like that on my head. Holy shit.
But
I don't have that.
The commentators were saying that SG actually had played Guilty Gear at one point in time, and that he had a different handle then. So I don't know much about that myself. And then I know that Silent Shinobi apparently won some tournament. I don't know if it was in Alabama, but he won a tournament in the Southeast recently, and I don't even know that was streamed. But he posted a picture of his winnings on Twitter, so.
Oh,
and he's a COD player from way back, so.
Sick.
Yeah, people just using bad characters.
Well, yeah, people just like Kai and Soul, man. I don't know.
I think you'll see people branch out later on, but right now,
Yeah.
those are like the two characters that are like easiest to learn the system with.
Oh, so Lord Raptor's saying SG used to go by Mist FRC.
Oh, okay. But, well, that's cool. So, yeah, a lot of people have been playing for a while. Obviously, if you watched anything from Pacific Northwest Regionals, you saw that there was a couple other pretty seasoned GG vets in top 8. The Watula brothers, who both been playing for a long time, as far as I know. I mean, at least Slash era. So Kyle got 4th with May. And then Jason doesn't have Bridget right now, so he was rocking Zato. So we'll see.
The rise of Zato again. I don't even think I can call it the rise. What? It was the rise, the fall, the rise, the fall, the rise.
When did he fall, man? Like, even in Slash, he was still pretty strong.
I mean, he did well in Slash, but he's still solid. He was only considered solid mid-tier.
Yeah.
But who knows? East Coast will be having their first Team Stick Bug this weekend. So I guess we'll see who comes out on top out there. I know that there's a lot of strong play. Obviously, you know, people would always put Zidane up at the top near one of the favorites. He's been playing a lot of Sin and beating people's asses with that character. So
I still haven't unlocked him yet.
wow, are you that lazy? Wait, didn't you watch all story mode? How do you not have enough money?
I think story mode only gives you like
It only gives you
fourth or a
half
half.
of it,
Yeah,
half
only
of
gives
it,
you
and
half.
I'm just like, crap, there's no other way to make 100K.
Actually,
Haven't
somebody
you been doing the
I'm sitting on
challenges
my
at all?
ass. I just started doing them like a couple nights ago, and then
look, Paul. We know it's with Chris's ham-fisted execution, he's not going to get through enough to do them. But there is the
He gets
trick
to 5 and he's like, whoa, these are getting kind of tricky.
Okay, hold on. What do you mean low slash stunnage? This is.
what am I gonna
Let's get
need
into
these for? I'm gonna like, what the like. Actually, no, that's true. Some of these challenges are just like, why the fuck would I do this? Like, I could
Like,
just.
all right, hold on. All right, low H counter hit, jump slash, kick slash double jump. What is this double jump shit?
Like why? All right, first of all, why would I do just one low H counter hit when I can just do another low H and then jump slash for extra damage? I mean, it works on everybody else.
Oh, so you're saying the challenge mode is below you?
It's below me, man. I'm over
Okay,
here
yeah.
making my own challenge mode.
Well, you can
the
below
class,
me.
The class is moving too slowly for me. I'm getting bored.
Wow.
You know the real trick to do it is to just have versus computer mode, set it to the easiest, set it to 1 round, and then map heavy slash to X. Pick Potemkin versus Chip. And that way, as soon as you kill it, you're just mashing like you know, just rubber band X
It's
on your
like-
controller.
just
so
put
it's
it on auto,
perpetually
right?
matching it. Yeah,
Are
yeah.
you just gonna get the drinking bird to like hit
Yeah,
X?
you just get the drinking bird to beat the shit out of Chip, win you matches, and then just like after you got a couple hundred played, you come back and you got Sin unlocked.
The worst part is, see, Chris, I figured you would be all about getting this fake GG currency because you can unlock old songs with it.
I know. I'm not like I'm really ashamed of myself because I'm all like, it's like, you know, I have all this money and I probably have enough to get all the songs right now, but then I'd be starting from scratch to get Sin again, and I'm just like crap, man. Like this,
Chris,
these
Blue
real life
Water,
decisions,
Scott.
man.
Chris,
like
you're missing out.
these economics.
Blue water, blue sky.
Oh,
You're
God
missing
damn it.
Is there a possible way to just, you know, play every match with the Midnight Train song thing? That'd be sick.
I don't know.
Heavy day.
It's called Midnight Train song thing, dipshit.
Okay, guys.
Midnight
Damn it.
train song thing.
Yes.
If you instant kill everybody at the start of the round, sure.
Ah, yes. There you go.
Which I definitely did to somebody online last night. I didn't remember his name
You
now.
did it 2 rounds in a row.
Yeah.
Wow, are
It
you
was
still
like this
playing
guy-
online?
Yeah, there was like 17 frames of lag, and like he was playing Eno, and he was doing the stupid gimmick where he would do like the fucking the missile, but he would just hold it, and I'm like, great, I'm not gonna be able to block this on reaction. Obviously, this is like, you know, one of the things where I might as well just like hold back, and then I was like, wait a minute, what if I just activate instant kill and just do it? He's gonna run right into it. He ran into it like 2 times in a row.
I haven't touched online since the patch dropped over the weekend, but I've heard it's so bad now.
It's weird as hell, man. Like, some people were saying that it's better, but then some people were saying like it's actually getting increasingly more terrible, and it's centered around a bunch of player names that nobody has seen before. So either these are new people coming in and don't have the patch for whatever reason, or they're actually from Japan and their pings are amazingly high and they're not reading as low connections. Because these are like 4-bar connections that are getting like 17 frames of lag.
That is shit. Fuck. Wow.
Yeah. So I don't
But,
really.
I mean, to be fair, they said it was going to be a patch to improve consistency, and they're consistently 17 frames.
Oh yeah, it wasn't moving.
Yeah, it's like you're fucking like a rock. Like Bob Seger in this bitch. Keeping your connection steady.
Like I definitely felt like, I was getting used to like, inputting my commands a minute before I was supposed to use them. It's like playing chess by mail.
Yeah, it's like
Damn, just by mail.
stun edge to full screen. Your move.
He's like, I'm out of blocks.
Before the patch, I was normally getting about 4 to 6 tops. I have not even played post-patch because everybody I know who was playing in SoCal is just like, don't even bother. It's like, it's awful. It's like, okay.
That's so weird. Like, I mean, I'm sorry. Like, I don't know if anybody else agrees, but like Uniel is pretty much flawless compared to this. And it's like not even like that was like there. Yeah, sure, we'll throw you a bone. You guys need some help. French bread, right? That's like a dish.
What's even more amazing is the fact that the first ArcSys game that was online play was BBCT.
Right.
And by all reports, it has had the best netcode they've made.
Yep.
Like, it's been degrading ever since, just like sliding off a cliff.
It's been degrading, and connection quality in America has been getting better.
Right, that doesn't make any sense.
Like, what's going on here?
What are they basing their tests on is what I want to know.
I don't know. Like, they definitely have a local branch, obviously, and the local branch is in charge of quality assurance, and I'm assuming that they tested it before they brought it out in America. Because like when we all downloaded the Japanese Exard, I was prepared for like weird shit like that, Because I'm like, maybe there's just not some kind of infrastructure set up here, and we're still connecting to servers in Japan, so we deserve this. But with the American version now, and it's still happening, and it's actually worse. It's like, whoa.
Right. See, that's the thing is when Exard came out, I was like, oh, it's about 4 to 6. I'm like, it's definitely playable for a lot of people. I would have a hard time playing RAM in that. But people are like, oh, wait, they've patched all the net play for these games, and once the patch comes out, it gets better. This patch seemingly made it worse.
Yeah.
And although there's a couple people in chat saying that if you play PS4 to PS4, it's slightly better, like, you can't tell how to do that. Like, you don't get to matchmake just against one thing most of the time, unless you know who you're playing.
Yeah, obviously. Exactly. They don't have that option. And let's face it, most people who have this game don't have a PS4.
Yeah.
That is easily like the 1%er Guilty Gear player thing.
Definitely. So, I don't know. A lot of people are telling me that ArcSys realizes that they messed something up and that they're going to release another patch. I will wait and see, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, we're not paying for it, so, we already paid for it, and online's free, so there's nothing we can do but wait. But at the same time, like, I don't think they've had a launch this bad in a long time. Like, even, Action Core and Plus R was like, I could get matches in, and it wouldn't be bad, at least not for, like, maybe 2 or 3 matches, and then all of a sudden it would take a sudden dip in quality. But, yeah, man, this is almost like KOF 13 level.
I don't know if... Well, actually, I haven't played since the patch, so I was going to say before the patch it was like leaps and bounds above anything like...
Console level, like, before they even cared that it was bad, So, honestly, if they just undo the patch, I think that'll return it to playable. Like, and then right now that might be the best case scenario, to be completely honest, because there was a lot of people who, even if online wasn't perfect, were enjoying playing online and getting something out of it. I mean, everybody talks about Street Fighter 4 online being shit, but a ton of people played it, and a ton of people got better because of it. Right.
So it doesn't need to be perfect. It's really bizarre that I don't know how they messed this up.
Well, like, online at best is a simulation mode.
Yeah.
So it has to be somewhat accurate to your experience offline, give or take maybe 2 or 3 frames,
Yeah.
That's just how I feel. I mean, we're already dealing with like so many frames of input lag based upon TVs and cables and sticks. And
oh yeah.
So we're already just behind the gun as it is. You add like 12 more frames on top of that, you're just You're in
You
quicksand.
might as well be playing a stop motion film, man.
Basically, right?
I don't want Reload for original Xbox to come back. Like, that's what I'm trying to say.
Oh, God.
And like I told you before, I knew people who played that and said it wasn't that bad.
It wasn't that bad.
It wasn't that bad.
Wow.
Your
He
face
shows
ain't
up.
that bad.
I definitely played online on that Xbox Reload, and this guy was doing combos to me, but it didn't matter because I would just instant kill and it would hit because you can't block it.
I've
That
definitely sat
sounds
on
really like it's a good way to learn the game.
I've definitely sat on a cactus before, and it wasn't that bad.
Yeah, exactly.
I've done this. It really wasn't that bad.
Jesus Christ, man.
But yeah, I don't know. It really feels like the Xrd release has been highs and lows because it was good that we finally got the game, but then everybody's limited edition got delayed because of obviously things outside the company's hands.
Right.
You can't do much about that. But it still deflates people a little bit. And now you have the spectacular failure of this online patch. And it's just like, well,
Dude, you just reminded me. There's people who hadn't even gotten this game yet, and they're waiting.
apparently people are starting to get their LEs like now.
just
Came in
now,
today,
right?
apparently.
Did it?
Supposedly, according
Well, that's
to
good.
Amazon and FedEx.
I have mine's getting on probably tomorrow at GameStop. But like people are just now getting this game, and they're probably popping in and being like, "I paid $70 for this shit," you know?
Yeah.
Damn.
The only thing I can say for me is I'm really lucky I can play this game offline.
Yeah,
and I have
totally.
a lot of people play it. I just feel really bad for the people who don't for whatever reason. They're whether they live sort of isolated or they just don't have the time to get out to sessions. Sucks.
Yeah. Oh well, I mean, like I trust ArcSys to do a little bit better of a job than certain other people who just release patches for their games on Steam.
Interesting. Okay.
You're
Not gonna name names, I see.
I am going to name a name because I didn't want to do it because this is Gibby's topic and I haven't downloaded the game yet, but I intend to tonight. And unfortunately, apparently, I already missed a good part of it.
Oh, you're talking about 98.
Yeah.
Yeah. So 98's going through the same problem, it seems. So 98 UMFE came out last Friday or some shit. I forgot when it came out. Or no, last Tuesday or Monday or something like that. Online was perfect for me. I played a bunch of people, and I had no issues. The game had, I had 0 issues with the game, 0 issues online. They recently updated it, and now I have not had a single good connection. Everything has been bad. And everyone is telling me, "Oh wow, the online is so much better now. It's still bad, but it's better." I was like, "Wait, what?" I played multiple people, and none of the connections were bad, except until I played Reynold yesterday. That shit was atrocious, and he's the closest person I played.
Wow. Well, I heard, because see, I was wondering, and I asked you the day 98 came out, I'm like, wait, how is 98? And you're like, it's good. And I'm like, I'm really confused, because I saw a lot of people on Twitter bitching about the game.
Yeah.
But it was mostly East Coast.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. It was a lot of East Coast people, and I found out why. It's a lot of the East Coast guys are trying to play West Coast.
Oh.
And I didn't test East Coast to West Coast. I wanted to play Art to see how it is, but he was busy entertaining guests and playing offline matches.
Yeah.
Beating the shit out of people, because for those who don't know, Art was one of the best 98 UN players in the country years ago.
Well,
and I wanted to play him.
I kind of wonder if maybe this patch fixed East Coast net play all of a sudden.
I don't know.
Seesawed it.
Dude, it's just seaside. Like now you're on the short end.
I want to play Anthony again, because he and I had what was almost a flawless connection. We had one hiccup for what was it, Anthony? 3 seconds.
Yeah.
That's about it, and there was nothing. And he lives 4 or 5 times further than me than Reynolds lives from me.
Yeah, and I played Mizuki, who was only 5 minutes away from me, but that went perfectly, obviously. So that was good.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it sucks because, with the way you guys were talking about the game, I was like, well, I'm really I'm in the Xrd vortex right now, but 98 UMFE is something I did want to at least try to learn, maybe the next time we actually all get together physically, because for me, learning the game just while we're playing online is going to be really hard.
Mm-hmm.
But it's something I was kind of looking forward to trying to get into, and that kind of sucks if it's just kind of tanking.
Yeah.
Just slowly descending into the sea right now.
Here's the issue. We've seen this before. like fairly recently with another SNK product that came out on Steam, where me and Gibby like publicly tested the netcode, and we were singing its praises during the beta test. And then it came out, and it was like, what'd you do? It was perfect. So I don't know if it's like the same crew working on this, or if they're just being told to do the exact same, take the exact same steps. But it's sounding just like KOF 13's, life cycle. And I don't know if it's just a coincidence or not, but when they finally stopped patching the game, the netcode was pretty much, nobody played on West Coast anymore. But everybody in the East Coast was still mad into the game, like super deep in it, and they were playing online still. So I wonder if it's like the same thing happened in that situation,
Yeah. Initially, when I was seeing all this crap, I was making jokes. Like, everyone was complaining about the online excerpt, and I'm like, oh, look, SNK, they went into, like, the ARC's offices, stole their online code, and just, slid them the code that they've been using. They just, like, swapped codes and no one knew.
Oh, they did. They had cheat sheets for the test. They're just like, all right.
No. They don't have
your
cheat
netcode
sheets.
Was bad.
They just swapped it out. Like, you remember?
They just took someone else's test and then erased
who
the name.
here remembers
Changed the
that
name.
scene in Beetlejuice where Beetlejuice like swaps numbers with the person
Oh,
next
yeah.
to him? That's essentially what SNK did to Arxis. And I was like, oh, sick! This is amazing. And
And they screwed it up, too.
now I do want to test it out a bit more because I've played 4 or 5 different people online since the recent patch, and it's been shit for me. And one thing I saw that really bothers me is they said on the update page.
Oh, man. Okay, I think we're back now, right? We're back. Everybody can see us?
Okay, cool. So, as I was saying before we got cut off, a lot of people were complaining about the inputs for FE being shit, like too strict, hard to do motions, timing for things too hard, and I think they were comparing it to 13. I don't know, but the people handling this port, I think they're called Code Mystics.
Mm-hmm.
They in the update list they put up, oh hey, we see you guys are complaining about this, having a hard time doing motions and junk, so we're gonna make it smoother, we're gonna make it easier and more forgivable, like the original 98. Like, wait, what? Like,
Yeah, I was about to say, wait, who thinks that 98 was ever forgiving in terms of motions?
Yeah, I was like, this makes zero sense. Absolutely no sense. Why the hell would they do this? I understand people complaining about not being able to do motions and thinking it's the game. They just suck. Okay, but
Yeah, you know what's different about FE2 over regular UM or even original 98 is the fact that you can't mash supers in UM. Like when you're trying to do like crouch B, crouch A, you have to like smooth out your quarter circles. You got to buffer it actually.
Yeah.
In FE, you can just mash it out if you can get it out fast enough. So there's that. Like that's a big plus. And plus, the input windows are good, but they're not like ridiculously huge 13 buffer windows. Ugh.
yeah, it's not.
Nobody wants that. I mean,
People
I
just
guess some
want
people
button
do.
holds, I bet. They're like, oh, I remember back in the old 98 where you could just hold the button for inputs. And it's like, no.
What?
only-
What?
No, I'm sure people are thinking and saying that because all they play is 13. And they
Oh,
assume
okay.
that every game's iteration is exactly the same. When
Well,
it's,
all the KOF games have that button hold thing.
but yeah, but like ridiculously huge windows.
Oh, that's just due to the.
Yeah, where you could actually input other stuff after you put in the special and still get it. If you say you did quarter circle forward and then you walk back a step and you hit punch and you still get power wave.
Yeah.
I've always really found the button hold thing to be odd, but that's just me. Like, I can definitely understand why people would do it, and I understand the art, but
Paul's
it just feels weird for me to do it.
It is.
Yeah.
It is weird because we are taught to motion and hit the button. If you do mid motion, hold down button, it's like almost like an extra step. It feels like. There's 3 steps involved, but you're like you do the motion, and in the middle of the motion you press down the button. At the end of the motion you pull it up.
Yeah, it's
You know?
just, I don't know, it's weird. It's even like, I mean, it's like negative edging stuff. It's still weird sometimes, even though it's been around forever.
Yeah, the button hold thing. The thing I don't like about it. So me, I still double tap things. Like even in KOF, I'll double tap motions just to make sure it comes out. I do it in every game I play. I've heard that, and this argument started with 13 because the majority of people who play KOF had no idea the button hold thing existed until like here. Okay, let's make it easy. The majority of stuff people know about KOF now has been like widely, I guess you could say, discovered in the past few years since KOF 13 came out. A lot of us knew about this stuff before, but no one would use it. No one really talked about it, and if someone did talk about it, they would say it's useless. Like say alternate guarding, for instance, there was a shit ton of people who insisted it was garbage. They said it wasn't really that good. That's why you don't see people doing it.
Somebody started some myth, like, I don't want to derail it, but somebody started some myth about it that you could easily throw somebody out of it. And, I mean, you can throw somebody out of blocking anything, so I don't see why that was, like, an argument against it. But that's kind of what killed, like, a lot of growth in the scene was, like, you know.
That's exactly what alternate guarding's for, though.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
I know, that's why I was like, what the fuck, man?
Basically, the problem with the KOF scene in general is there's just been a shit ton of misinformation being passed around forever. And everyone thinks they know everything about the game. You had people who were like, oh, you know, Americans know nothing about the game, only Mexico knows about the game. Mexico knows nothing about the game, only China knows about the game. China knows nothing about the game, only Japan knows about the game. Stuff like that. It's stupid as shit. And, like, for instance, all the stuff that I found years ago, that a bunch of people that I used to play with found, we made a lot of it public. No one cared. Like, no one gave a shit. They're like, oh, okay, fine. Whatever, who cares? So a lot of the stuff the Japanese players have been doing too. They have been doing a ton of shit. No one understands how to do it. Some people discovered how to do it, they either kept it to themselves, or they said how to do it. Like, no, you know, I'm gonna wait for like a Japanese player to say something. And this was during the times where the Japanese players would not say shit to the American players.
Yeah.
It's like, really, what are you waiting for? Just try to figure it out on your own. Don't rely on them to do it. And here we come now, where you have a bunch of people spreading information.
Oh, come on, really? This right now so I don't forget to do it later.
Okay.
Special behind-the-scenes segment only for this season of Christmas.
Damn.
Where's my niece screaming?
We got
SDR.
that bonus. We got that bonus footage now.
That's right, man. SDR, the part you don't see, where we stop being nice and start being real.
We've never been nice.
Yeah, I know. We've always been real, so.
Have we?
Let's see if this works, boys.
Woo. Turn it up.
Hello, are we back?
Well, since it's offline on my end, we'll see.
I'll start recording too, just because, but I think it's saving as Jabali versus Gibby. As
dear.
a reminder, he got blown out.
Oh,
Blown out. Thought he was sandbagging. It turns out he was just a sandbag.
Yeah, my favorite is when I saw him at Capcom Cup. He's like, "You son of a bitch! What do you want?" I'm like, "Hey, Javale, how's it going?"
Oh boy, they can't hear you.
Oh dear.
Maybe,
Let me change some audio settings.
I guess
Why
I'll have to
can't
fix this in
they-
post.
Why can't they hear you? Let's do that and
I
that.
think this episode is gonna be a wash. I think we're gonna have to erase this episode. This episode never happened.
We've never had to erase an episode ever.
Well,
Even when we were having that stupid counter where I was like, how many times is Chris gonna say the N-word today? Never erased an episode.
we
Oh
do have
dear.
that one episode that we did.
Yeah.
I think it was me and Anthony. We did it. We never released it. We just streamed it.
Oh
and
yeah, that was a cool episode.
That
dude.
was a great episode.
Yeah, that was
We were
pretty good.
just mad chilling.
So yeah,
Yep, I need a new modem.
Yeah, I think
there
we're
you
up.
go. We're back.
Yeah, we've
We
been
actually
good.
back
Probably
now?
listening to our
We're
little
back
banter
and
here.
actually live.
So anyway, long story short, stop spreading information.
Stop spreading misinformation.
Yeah. Basically, learn from everyone around you. If someone says something, test it out. Don't just write it off or believe it instantly. See if it works yourself.
Rather than telling people things, just play with people and we can all
Speaking-
figure it out.
And I'm
Speaking
trying to
of information, I did sort of want to cut back into Xrd for a minute and talk about unblockables.
Maybe you can't block it.
Because
You got to there, bro.
because all the stuff about Elfelt, when this whole unblockable loop thing has been found out for less than a week, is already saddening, I think is a good word. because people haven't even tested whether they can actually get out.
I think they're too focused on boobs.
Oh.
Well, a lot of people get hit by stuff this early on, and they're just saying, "Oh man, that shit's so strong. We're never gonna be able to beat that." And then somebody beats it later, and they're like, "Oh, how come we didn't think of that shit?"
It's just really frustrating because there's a lot of people talking about how unblockables are a huge problem, yada yada, but they've always been in Guilty Gear.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And the rest of us who've played the game for a long time, we accepted that as part of the gameplay of certain characters. Not every character, but certain characters had that as an option. And it was sort of like, okay, that's okay because this character earned that option by having a superior neutral in these situations and outplaying you. And now that's their reward basically for playing the game right, is that they get to hit you, which is normally the reward for playing the game right. You get to get hit.
Right.
And now there's a lot of people saying that you shouldn't have this.
I mean, I don't think anybody's ever said that Eddie should have his unblockable. But at the same time, it was just one of those things where people were like, you got to figure out a way around it. And when the way around it was to avoid getting put in the position of an unblockable, which, I mean, you should be doing that anyway, I feel like, in any fighting game.
I'll be completely honest in that the only time that Eddie's unblockables got ridiculous is when you got triple unblockable, which is unblockable into unblockable into unblockable. One unblockable, hey, that's totally fine. It was when in Accent Core you basically got skilled 3 times in a row because it reset itself when you got knocked down into it.
Right, yeah.
That was ugly.
Unblockables are unfair. Bacchus Sai, that's why Johnny's not in the game anymore, because he gets an unblockable.
I mean, this is a really important thing too. If you watch Plus R Johnny in Guilty Gear, his entire game is now based on one big loop to kill you. Like if you watch Sato play, all he does is the first time he hits you, he sets coin. The next time he hits you, it's a setup for a kill. If he does it right. And that's exactly the way he plays the game. So I think that's kind of boring, and that's why I don't really like Johnny in that game. But it's a completely acceptable way of playing the character and playing the game. And I'm fine with it. Because there's a lot of ways to play around it, a.k.a. block, a.k.a. don't get hit, a.k.a. have good neutral.
Right.
Speaking of AKA, where is that guy?
Yeah, I was about to say, oh, Dio? You talking about Dio?
And a lot of people have been talking about, set play and trombones recently, obviously. And
there's a lot of trombone talk these days.
A lot
I
of
feel
trombone
like it's an orchestra.
Seriously, man, start
A
the
lot of
band
sad
up.
trombone talk these days, please.
Like somebody was talking about trombones during fucking Yuji's or YAT's chip play because he was doing the knockdown and then guess which way I'm gonna hit jump H with you hit you with that, and they're just like, man, that's so messed up because he could literally just follow in any direction he wants to, and I'm like, yeah, because you know how much he has to go through to get that hard knockdown.
Well, and honestly, I was watching that, and while in the heat of the moment you might not block every time, for the most part you can tell which side chips.
Yeah,
on.
you can. It's not that
you're
ambiguous.
getting hit because you're freaking out.
And that's what it's supposed to do.
Exactly.
I mean,
that's what a good mix-up does, is it fucks with your head enough to where you react wrong to what you see.
And that's why I call it the trombone.
That's what a mix-up is.
You're just
I don't understand people feeling like that you should not get a reward for playing the game right, which is getting to a knockdown state so that you get to set some kind of offense up.
Right. And I think here's the thing. I think a lot of people think they've confused mix-ups for just this guy's just really good. I'm like, no, every good player gets inside your head and makes you play like an idiot. Because if you were playing like a genius the whole time, you wouldn't get hit, right? It's not like a genius would just suddenly say, I'm not gonna block that low D. I just don't understand that. I don't understand how anybody can complain about how getting hit by a mix-up is somehow the other guy's fault.
I think the problem with unblockables, legit you can't. Well, even Eddie's thing is a potential one-frame shift block. Like, can you go from high to low? Did you recognize that it was low first and then high and then shift it within one frame or do the reverse?
And it's definitely blockable.
It's technically escapable. Elves is a little different. I really haven't sat down and tested other ways out. There's already a couple. But the problem with these sort of loops is when they're loops. It's like an unblockable setup gives you a situation where, even in the case of Bakusai, there's ways to play around it.
Yeah.
Do you know that he's going to go for immediate finer? You backdash it. Do you know if he's going to go for 3C into finer? Do you have meter F to dead angle that? Like, there's a way around each of the options. It's when you get to really degenerate ones where it's like, hey, you got knocked down in the corner once, and I hope you can shift from high to low block upon guessing that it was low or high first 3 times in a row.
Yeah.
One frame.
Yeah.
By the way, if you dead angle, I get to block it.
Yeah, when Skullgirls did an interesting take on this where anything that hits high and low on the same frame, you can block either way. But if there's anything like a 2 or 3 frame gap and your blocking's not on point, you're fucked.
Yep.
Which means you still get the reward for knocking somebody down and setting your trombone game going, but you don't get the bullshit of this is nearly humanly impossible to consistently do this every time. Like, that's something that's kind of weird. It's like, all right, we've seen other games play around a obvious abusable tactic, and we kind of left it in there, which is really weird for me when Xrd makes so many other concessions for people's execution. YRC's making hit stun massive. RC's making hit stun even bigger just because they last so much longer. Truncated moveless, so there's a bit less to learn. It kind of seems weird that they would leave one frame shift blocking like as a defensive option against certain things. Like, I don't want Eddie to lose it all the way because obviously people have fun with it, right? Like, this is what Eddie wants to do. He wants to run his game. But to make it to where the only way to escape is by properly guessing, and then not only do you properly guess, but you have to shift between high and low block in one frame.
Can you make it easier on yourself by blitz shielding?
Technically you can, but I don't quite understand all the mechanics of it quite yet. But even then, you have to guess blitz shield high or low.
Right.
Because, it doesn't catch both.
Well, anyways,
and if it's a projectile, it won't stun him.
I think that Zatarans is an unfair character as someone who enjoys Potemkin. So,
Wait, the rice maker?
Get the tuba.
Zatarans.
I think overall the problem is that a lot of people are rushing to judgment before we've even fleshed out whether these loops are truly unblockable. Like, does each character not legitimately have an escape? If they don't, then yeah, I think it's a problem. Because unlike Eddie, this thing legitimately can loop into itself over and over again.
Kokonoe was a problem, and she had something very abusable in a very similar kind of fashion, but with a higher resource requirement, which was made even higher in the later version.
Yeah.
And, we still lit a rock, that's fine. I'm very much let's wait and see. Like, if we start seeing every top 3 be triple elf unblockable city, then yeah, it's something we can address.
Yeah.
But if it's just like, hey, there's one elf and he got 7th, and he maybe got the loop once, and he won every other match by virtue of the character having really good damage and otherwise stupid setups for really good damage, then yeah, fuck it.
Well, there you go.
Yeah. Like, I'm not big on being overreactionary, but...
Well, the thing is, usually when this kind of stuff happens anyway, Arxis is all, yeah, we're patching this already, next week.
Well, and see, that's the thing, too, is that this game, these 3 new characters, Sin, Elfelt, and Leo, aren't in the arcade. It's Arxis. They're going to do a balance update when these characters get added.
Yeah, and then
this has never characters. Not happened.
It'll just be, we just gotta wait, and I mean, they basically get money to test it, we pay them money to test their characters, more or less.
Nowadays, yeah.
So, we'll suck that up and, enjoy it while it lasts, and, if you're an Elfelt player and you got your unblockable game on lock, enjoy it while it lasts.
Are you telling me Xrd is an early access game?
See, now when I said this like a
I
month
think we got
ago,
green card
people
on
were just
Steam,
like, Chris, you're an asshole. How could you compare it to anything like KOF 12? And I didn't even say KOF 12.
Oh man.
But yes, it's like KOF 12.
Oh dear.
Not bad,
At least-
not like a bad game in that sense. I just mean the same idea of it, where it's just like we got these good ideas. It looks great. We're gonna run it, put it out there. Gonna add a little bit of extra stuff to it, and later on we're gonna update it with a more complete version of it that a lot of people will enjoy. Might make it even huger than it already is, and. I mean, unfortunately, in Exar's case, nobody's going to remember this as badly as they remembered KOF 12. It's going to be much better. It's already better.
I was going to say, you can't even... That's apples and oranges, man. KOF 12 is like a dumpster. You just...
No,
you
yeah,
sat in
totally.
for
It's a trash fire. It's fucking Kaepernick, you know?
Dude, wow, it's Kaepernick. Wait,
know what?
speaking of Kaepernick, how's the old San Francisco season?
Dude, it was like the worst
you guys
fucking
doing
week
pretty
ever.
well up there?
All right, so you know how I have been like the one guy who has been like all these reports about, you know, discord in the locker room and the coaches not getting along. I was like, it's all bullshit, you know. It's just like, you know, it's Deion Sanders trying to sell books, and I was only half right because the tension wasn't between the players and Harbaugh. It was between Harbaugh and the owners, which we already knew about, but the owners still decided that, like, you know what, we're gonna send them packing. So as of today, we are expecting Harbaugh to leave by, I think, next week.
Oh dear.
Yeah.
man.
So we're pretty much fucking done.
You know what's funny about this? In the past 4 weeks, the Raiders have won more games than the Niners.
Wow.
I mean, in a
the
row,
Raiders
yeah.
also beat the Niners too. Oh yeah, you were there, Chris. I forgot.
Fuck you.
It's too good. Just, oh, you're so sad. It's great.
I'm so, it was not what I wanted to wake up to this morning, man. Like
So sad.
there's
It's
just
so fun.
so many dumb things happened at once. Ugh.
I think the biggest issue I have with Exerd is the fact that it's called Exerd Sign, but there's still no Ace of Base based character.
Fucking A, man.
What's for the sequel,
What kind
dude?
of visual tropes would you use to designate?
She's
Maybe
got
they
an
use cards. I don't know.
Got an overdrive that called "Don't Turn Around" because, you know, it's a reverse suplex.
I mean, isn't there one or two Motorhead references in Guilty Gear anyway already?
Yeah, Ace of Spades.
Breaking the law, Ace of Spades.
Breaking the Law is Judas Priest.
Yeah.
Breaking the law is also a
No, it's
Motorhead.
not.
I like that. No, it's
What are you talking about, man? Come on.
It is. They're both.
I'm going to Google this.
Why not both? There's
And
a.
if-
God damn it. Okay.
If this is if this is a cover of Breaking the Law by Motorhead, it is.
wow. There you go.
Yeah.
God damn it.
And you know, you have to remember, Lemmy is God. So
That's
Lemmy's
true.
version is the
Technically, he
best
wrote
version.
it.
See?
Lord.
Like there's this song called Enter Sandman. People tell me Metallica did it. No, Motorhead did it. Metallica did like a shitty version of like the Motorhead version of Enter Sandman.
You can't see it, but I'm just slowly shaking my head.
Give me the
like,
fact that you can say all this shit with a straight face with me in the chat after you talk shit about the Niners losing to the Oakland Raiders, being like, I can't even scream "fuck you" loud enough.
It's the Los Angeles Raiders of Oakland, please. Get it
No,
right.
they signed it a year extension, so you gotta wait longer now.
No, they're still the Los Angeles.
Is that like the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim?
No,
That
they're
shit
like,
is off.
the Anaheim Angels of San
Disown those
Diego.
assholes.
Every
I'm
time
so
I would go
miserable.
adventure in Orange County, I see Angels fans, and I just like, why?
No, you know what pissed me off? Like, okay, once again, way off topic. In downtown LA, I saw a sign for like this was when Howie Kendrick
open
was
up your eyes?
part of the Angels. And yeah, it did open up my eyes because I was pissed off.
This time in 5 years, Gibby was awake.
This was during spring. And I just saw like Howie Kendrick was like, "Hey, Angels baseball, come watch this." I'm like, "The shit is this? What is this
Like,
shit?"
I got my back.
I was gonna go up and just destroy that sign, break that shit.
So, quick personal story here. I once had to rent out one of my rooms to, you know, fucking meet some money, pay mortgages and all that. Sure enough, turns out the guy was a huge Angels fan. Angels memorabilia all over that room, and it was, I wasn't comfortable with it. We had to part ways. Motherfucker stiffed me for like about $500. Let that be a lesson to you. Don't deal with Angels fans.
Angels fans, Padres fans. You do
Padres fans, Seahawks fans.
No. See, okay, here's the thing. Seahawks
Don't say Seahawks fans are okay.
Hey, look, Lord Raptor's a Seahawks fan. I'm cool with that guy. Okay? That guy's like little hell pockets,
All I'm
right?
gonna say is that wow, you guys got destroyed by the Seahawks, and now you're just trying to take it out on their fans.
Oh my god.
See,
I'm just lashing out at everybody right now. It's like we're losing our father, and everybody's laughing at it. It's like, your dad's moving to Michigan. It's like, what? You guys are fucked up.
Oh yeah, Harbaugh's supposed to be going to.
It's going back to the college town. Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
That's probably better for him, honestly, because they won't give as much shit for, taking them to the championships 3 years in a row. What a dick! What a failure!
Hey, look, it's like that shit the Yankees have. It's like, oh wait, what? You guys didn't make it to the World Series? This is a failing season.
Yeah, it's like, what the hell, man?
What's wrong with you people? Goddamn.
Every time that the 49ers lose, I just want to start posting LOL Cena wins gifs at you. It'll just be like the 49ers lose, but LOL Cena wins. And I'll just be like, yeah.
You know what? I'm waiting for
quarterback.
I'm waiting for Kaepernick to make his bid to be in the WWE because I'm pretty sure they've got a spot for him there. He's pretty much just as reviled as John Cena.
Is he pretty tall? Is he really muscled? Yes. Like Vince is fucking. He's ready. He's ready.
Yeah, he's in there, man. He's gonna put that guy on stage and say, look at the dimples in that guy's, whatever.
Yeah. See, Lord Raptor brings up a good point. Okay, Kaepernick is a phenomenal quarterback, just not for the Niners. The team he's playing against, he plays for them really well. Like he helped the Raiders win against his own team.
Yeah, I mean, he was a better quarterback for the Raiders than the Raiders quarterback, really.
Not really. No. Surprisingly, no. I would like to agree with this, but no.
Oh
Kaepernick
my god!
Is like his passes are like Shaquille O'Neal shooting free throws. I just don't know what's going on. I think one eye's looking at the eligible receiver, and the other eye's looking at the sidelines, and he just doesn't know where to throw.
He keeps.
Oh man, Paul, you'll get Kaepernick is like TC throwing a frisbee.
What I really enjoy about this is that we usually get the sports talk at the beginning of the show, and we just baited everyone into this one. Like I don't think anyone's
right. Everybody's watching
Just
now.
talking about sports
Kaepernick
stuff.
is like Zack Ryder. Just constantly stays losing.
More like Crappernick.
I've made that joke before.
I hate this whole NFL thing.
You're so happy.
Actually, no, I'm not. Actually, I'm extremely happy because now I can actually bet on games again. The stress is gone.
More like Red Snappernick because you paid a lot for a dead fish.
Wait, that's your quarterback, isn't it?
Yes. God damn it.
God damn it, Tony.
It's funny because it's true.
Oh my god, I wasn't even know where I was going with that.
A topic I wanted to bring up, and this is something that a lot of people were talking about on Twitter. Not a lot, but a decent chunk of people. There was a huge KOF 97 tournament in China this past weekend, and it was streamed on like a Chinese Twitch called Douyu or some shit like that. And apparently it had 500,000 viewers. And it's just one of those things, like, I talked to a few people about it, and I was watching the stream myself. The numbers were at, it was like 50,000, and then 2 seconds later it jumps up to 175,000. A couple seconds later, 240,000, then 380,000, and so on. I don't know if I can believe these numbers. Like, I really want to. Just to say, like, damn, look, China is as big as, several of us have been saying for KOF, all this crap, but it's just hard to say that this is legit, especially when multiple other people I've talked to, like, people have told me Dota, League of Legends, and other games, their like streaming personalities do the same thing. Like they'll randomly have a shit ton of people, and then it just dies down and goes nowhere. So
no, like I didn't see all of it. I caught a little bit of it, and yeah, I saw the numbers fluctuate a little bit, and then I saw Kensu Zhang on Facebook saying like, "Oh my God, we hit 250K viewers," and I'm like, "What the hell?" And
250K bots. Woo!
It's not Twitch though. It's like it technically it's Douyu, right? So what if like the bots are like part of the system where it's just like of course there's bots. We put them in ourselves. Seriously though, like I don't want to second guess this. I want to believe this mostly because King Juggalo was really mad that he wasn't at the tournament because he could have won all that money.
I talked to him actually about it. He was like, man, he had to whoop all those people's asses.
Exactly, man. He was like, and he was all like, dude, I don't even recognize none of these young faces. Who are these people? So I really wanted to.
His bottle of Fago.
His Perrier.
His bottle, his chalice of Fago. He's
chalice,
a king.
My bad.
This guy's a stay-at-home dad
got
now.
one of those pimp cups from the old final round tournament.
Yeah, exactly, dude.
King Juggle's a stay-at-home dad. He doesn't drink out of a bottle anymore.
Damn.
Yeah.
Well, when he gets drunk, he drinks out of his baby's bottle sometimes.
Oh yeah, that's that weird. We can't talk about that.
Thank you.
Yeah.
There's but fuck. I really wanted to believe it. I really.
Yeah, it's one of those things I'd like to believe because people are like, oh, see, look, just KOF blows away all of Evo.
And I agree. I do think KOF has the capacity to become its own monster, basically. Like if people just were able to support it longer than a year. But I'm not going to rant about that either because that people have every right to play whatever they want and like whatever game they want. But I just have a hard time believing that we suddenly just got 500K viewers for 97, which a lot of people didn't even know people still played in China.
Yeah, 97 is huge in China. Like 97 and 98 are. I don't know if they're the biggest competitive games in China. I want to say they are only because I've known about how big the scene is out there for them, but I don't know how League of Legends is. I don't know how Dota is. I don't know how StarCraft is. I don't know how some of these other games are.
Look at it this way. StarCraft was going to be in the freaking Olympics. They were making a play for that.
Oh, there you go.
It was like when Beijing had the Olympics, they were like, yeah, let's try to get StarCraft esports into the Olympics, and everybody obviously laughed about it. But
The Laugh Olympics?
the LOL Olympics.
Didn't Hanna-Barbera do that?
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Wacky Races. Snively
Muttley won
Whiplash?
the whole thing.
Yeah.
Muttley?
Yeah,
it
with
was,
the
it was
great
all like
Mables.
one big car race. It was awesome. I remember
Yeah,
that.
That was
those
Augie
races were sure as hell wacky, man.
That was Augie Doggy and his
You're a
doggy daddy.
jackass.
Yeah, so this is one of those things I would love to believe it. It's just hard to believe it, seeing as one Shanghai was in Grand Finals for KOF 13 this year at Evo. China supports the shit out of Shanghai.
Yeah.
When he goes to Japan and Japan streams those tournaments that he's in, they get crazy viewer numbers. Like not like hundreds of thousands or whatever, but they
get more than they usually get, like by far.
Yeah. So you'd assume 13 at Evo would have like a ton of viewers. Like there are plenty of people out there who don't like KOF 13, but they'll still watch it because it's KOF.
Yeah,
It's the only
national
KOF
pride.
they can watch right now. And then they're still going to support their player. Like, look at the Cafe Ed tournament that happened last year.
Oh yeah, IGT.
Whenever the hell, yeah, IGT. A bunch of people didn't care for the game or don't like it. It was like, hey, this is our player from our region. We're going to support him by watching it. Cool. And China does that with Shanghai. I don't see how 500,000 people will just tune in for one stream like this. I really don't. I want to believe it's hard
Let's look at the demographics there. Like, we assume that 500,000 people in China do have the internet. It's safe to assume. Do they play video games? Do they watch streams? Like, I just don't see that at that volume.
Mhm.
And there's just too many barriers of like nobody even knew this was happening outside of China.
Yeah, I was going to say outside of China. Like, this is just assuming that 99% of the viewership came from China.
That's what we have to assume, because it definitely didn't come from SoCal. It didn't come from over here. It didn't come from. I'm pretty sure we watched it as much. I don't think they had a block on
Okay,
it.
I guess you can't watch Twitch from China? Holy shit. That's stupid. Dumb Chinese firewall.
No, I mean I believe that because then they can peddle their own streaming services and everybody has to use it.
But that sucks. I didn't know about that part.
Oh yeah, sure.
But
Now that does change a couple of things. That
Yeah,
means
it
like
does.
everybody who's literally watching streams over there has to watch through Doyu, and even if they're not watching that stream, there could be some kind of flim-flammery going on where it's like, hey, it directs you through this channel real quick, and then you're on your way. And for that split moment in time, you're a viewer of this KOF 97 stream that you didn't even know was happening.
also, I watched a good chunk of that stream. That was a terrible stream. The matches were great, but the stream itself
Quality was shit.
like, look, I'm pretty sure I could stream better than that on a 28.8 connection.
On your Commodore.
On my Commodore 62. Not 64. Less
Are
than
you
64.
connecting at like 8800 baud?
Most likely.
This guy
We
with
need
his-
to download the King's Quest games while we're at it. I'll have it in 4 days.
Nice. Get me a floppy of that when you're done.
I'm not allowed to copy that floppy.
No,
sir.
don't copy that floppy, man. God. Don't copy that floppy.
Hack the Gibson, hack the planet.
Fuck you.
Yeah, but
So I mean, like, if it's true, great. I want to see some of that, build up for Evo this year if KOF 13 comes back, or if a new KOF is announced eventually. I hope that we can get that kind of viewership. I hope people who stream KOF 98 FE all the time get that kind of viewership of any if they're using Dogu or whatever. I can't remember Doyu, right?
Doyu, yeah.
Doyers.
Yeah.
But you can go the Japanese player, they're just streaming on him.
Dogra.
Hey, let's just stream on Dogura. He's like, hey, I'm just gonna play some gear. Yeah, you guys go ahead and stream on my back.
It's like
Just gonna wear a white shirt.
Literally carrying the stream
Just
on
project it. Project it on him.
Oh man. But yeah, I hope if it is true, then it carries over to other games. And if it's not, I'm sure there was still a sizable amount of people watching it. And the matches were great, like Gibby said. Is hopefully more people, they bring KOF 97 out to another platform that we can play it on other than QQ Arcade, I think it is.
Hold on. I want to stop you there. I, for one, do not want to play KOF 97 again.
Dude, I love 97.
I don't want to play it again.
Well,
The slowdown in that game was atrocious. It's like, oh, hey, look, there's a fire effect on the screen. That's it.
That was
Game
for
froze.
dramatic
Locked up.
impact, man. That was that was bullet time.
Your frame rate dived to about 1 every 3 hours.
Dude,
Oh,
that,
you're giving it way too much credit right there.
dude, that was old school bullet time. What are you talking about? It was totally built in.
That was bad. But, yeah, well, how much time? Oh, we have a lot of time left. Shit. So, now, on to something that we know for sure happened. All right, there's this guy who lives in SoCal, okay? His name is Ogawa. He's never been to an American tournament before.
What?
Yeah, he's in SoCal. We're personal friends with him. He's probably in chat. Hold on, is he in chat right now? Yo, Ogawa, are you in chat right now?
I think he actually went to go play Dota 2.
Oh, man, what's wrong with you, Ogawa? You should be playing something. Dota 2. Anyway. Yeah, so Ogawa, who else is it, Paul? Dogura and one other person?
And KOG.
That guy doesn't play gear, does he?
No.
No,
he's
so
an he's an old school ST Hawk player and SF4 Hawk player.
I think he does play anime games, but I don't know if he plays gear.
Oh, okay. I didn't
Because
know.
I think I saw him dick around in BB at Evo.
Oh, wow. Okay. Cool.
Yeah. So they're coming up to Northwest Majors next year. I believe it's April 22nd to 24th. I wanna say?
24th through 26th, actually.
Yeah, there you go. Thank you.
No problem.
So this past year, Northwest Majors flew out 3 other Japanese players. They flew out Abgen, Nemo, and Tokido for KOF, Gear, and Marvel. So this year they've got look, hands down, the Mike Tyson of Gear. That
Yeah.
sound about right?
That's pretty much about as accurate as it gets. Knocks motherfuckers out in 30 seconds.
Yeah. No
Or
one.
less.
This guy's the god. Like what Justin was to Marvel 2, this is what Ogawa is to Gear. Paul, you're a Gear player.
He is.
You gonna go to this and try to whoop his ass?
I would really like to get up there. If I can put the money together, yeah, I want to go. I want to play him. I want to see.
You want to see what the real Eddie is?
Yeah, I want to see. I want to
Experience
see
the
what all the
helplessness.
fuss is about.
Yeah.
Experience the helplessness.
Now, hold on, Paul. I got a question for you. This guy called you, specifically you, because you're an American Guilty Gear player, trash. He said you are garbage, not even worth his time.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want to break his back and make him humble?
Yes, sir. I want to throw him in the dumpster where he belongs.
Oh, you want to throw him in the Kaepernick?
God damn it.
Jesus.
Lay off, guys. God.
Gosh, man. That's like me, guys.
He's a good guy.
He's from Turlock, okay?
Oh, man. Oh, yeah, he's Middle Eastern, too. I forgot. There you go. Yeah, so... Yeah, I know this is big for you. Like, just for you, Paul, and, like, gear players in general.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah, he's never been to the States.
Never.
And...
He's one of the people who is considered the gods of Guilty Gear. People like him and Fab. So
And Walkman.
Samito Chip.
Yo, Walkman is legit here.
I've never lost in a gear tournament ever.
This
I've
is
never
probably
lost.
Only played 1 or 0.
I
played
think
Check
it's closer
and
to
make.
0. Closer to 0.
But I've never lost.
He's got the same attitude as Ogawa. He's like, why the fuck should I enter a tournament? Everybody's trash.
Wakagawa.
And then I walk up to Ogawa and put my arm over his shoulder. I'm like, you said it, buddy.
Oh, man.
But it's going to be a really cool tournament. Also, and I was telling you guys this the other night. I've been like you went up to Northwest Majors last year. You said you had a great time.
Oh, yeah.
And because of that, I was like, well, I kind of wanted to go this year anyway, but I wasn't really sure when it was. I wasn't really sure if I was going to have a reason or going to have the money, and this definitely gave me the reason. So,
When is it?
it is April 24th through the 26th.
I can definitely get those off.
That's really close to my birthday.
Hey,
Oh,
Tony,
excellent.
let's combine our forces and slang that yayo to make. Sell that mayo to make some money and get
Now, are you selling Hellman's or is it Miracle Whip?
a Miracle Whip.
But Miracle Whip's not mayo.
actually, they proved
this
it
was
nice.
a trick question, and I
It
was right.
was indeed, sir, and you fell for it.
But it's a miracle. Why would I not want it?
That's a hard question. I don't have the answer for.
Maybe he likes doing things the hard
What
way.
if the miracle is that you buy something that's not mayo, and then when you put it on there, it turns into mayo?
Like, you can't believe it's not butter?
Yeah.
Wait, it's not butter?
That's what they said
I can't
on the lid.
If you walk outside of your front door and you win a car, is that a Miracle Whip?
No, that's a
That
that's
is a
scam.
Miracle Whip.
That's a
That's
scam, Matt. That's like, Ed McMahon, I thought you were dead.
But yeah, I don't know. I mean, if I can somehow get time off for Northwest Majors, maybe I'll be there too.
Yeah? Actually,
I'm a
shit.
money making man. It's
April
just time. The
24th,
time is
right?
the issue.
Yeah.
That sounds like it was supposed to be something else that's incredibly important to my life at that time. It's fucking WrestleMania, isn't it?
What?
No, it should be after WrestleMania, I think. WrestleMania is usually early April, isn't
Yeah,
it?
it's normally like the first week of April.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Well, then that's
I
two.
like how
Normally
WrestleMania is important to your life, Chris.
Well,
Well,
I mean, I did spend like
WWE
$350 on the damn ticket, so.
Oh, yeah, that's very important.
They skip the pay-per-view in the month of March and just do it like the first week of April, and then they'll do another pay-per-view at the end of April.
Okay, cool.
I'm remembering correctly.
That's
So,
cool. I dig that.
Can I segue into something completely different, or are we still going to be here for a bit?
Are we talking about Northwest Majors still? Because they're
I mean,
paying
if
us
you have something you really that's pressing you want to talk about, go for it.
It's
dude.
not really pressing, but it's
Is it
It's not-
depressing?
It's not depressing.
No, but-
I have a hard time
Oh.
believing it's not depressing when it's coming from you.
it's a little bit, and I think that Gibby will know why. But I mean,
man.
it's a good and the bad. It's mostly
Well, here comes
It's
the
mostly
Debbie
bad.
Downer part of the show.
It's the good and the bad.
No, no,
Mostly
well,
bad. The only good part is that I will stop talking about it eventually.
While this is technically a promotion, I'm not really doing it to help them out because they've already met their funding goal. But did you hear about the blinking light win, Gibby?
I heard bits about it. I don't know all about
Yeah,
it.
it's a system that replaces the internal connector for old NESs, so that way it'll work without having to replace any like actual like the pin connector or anything like that. It just snaps in and it fits even oversized games and everything into the classic NES. And it's really cool. It works really well. I saw all the things about it, but they were talking about Neo Geo one slot boards. They're side loaders, so it's still fine. It's not going to be a problem. They've been doing that for over 20 years and blah blah blah. But in his parting thoughts, he gives me a postscript saying Slug 2 is greater than X. Can you explain why anyone would ever think that?
So, one word, hipsters. That's it.
Oh,
Okay.
wow.
Slug 2. Slug 2 is not a bad game, okay? But X improved upon everything Slug 2 did. Okay, Slug 2 is just like KOF 97, where 97 was a good game, but 98 improved upon all of it. And the main thing that screws over both of those games is, hey, there's this effect on screen that just ruins the entire game. Like, oh look, fire, slow down. Just, you come to a crawl. You see this turtle walking by you before the slowdown ends, and a slug right behind him. Oh, the slug walked right by it too, and it's still going on. It's some terrible shit. And
I'm telling you, it's just bullet time.
Shut up. If you play this, like if you play Slug 2 without the slowdown, it's not a bad game. But still, once again, Slug X is basically Slug 2 remix. It's like the remix to Ignition. It's better than Ignition. Okay?
Is it?
What about the Tim Allen version?
Mama rolling that body got every man in here wishing. Okay, that's how good
on
it
the
is.
7th bounce, R. Kelly rested.
See? So the thing is, it really is better in every way. It improved upon all the crap. It's just there. I don't get why people insist that Slug 2 is better than Slug X. They got issues. They need to go see. So they need to go seek help. They really do.
I was just baffled. I'm like, this is such a great and novel thing. Resurrecting your old console, a very, very simple process. It's really good. And then I go and I see Slug 2 is better than X. And I instantly didn't fund it. I'm just like,
Damn.
Like this is what was going through my head. I'm like, I really want this device that they're talking about, but damn, I can't fund these people.
it's like, how, like, it's like, someone like made like the cure for cancer, I'm like,
Wow.
man, that's such like a really good thing. And then, he just goes out and he says something stupid that gets me mad.
And he's
And,
like, Mega Man 5 is the best Mega Man, and you're just like,
Like, 5.
Burden.
No, even more than Mega Man 5 is the best Mega Man. Mega Man 5's music is the best music in any Mega Man game. I will throw a right cross and then a quick left, and then hopefully the cops will show up before I stomp his head in the mush, because I'm gonna be really mad.
Jesus.
just throw that nerd in the dumpster.
The Kaepernick.
God
My
damn.
bad, my bad.
Stop.
It's
Like,
not
people,
the
we have
Kaepernick.
terms, we have words, and you need to know how
not
to
the
use them.
Kaepernick.
Please stop using words.
It's the Jamarcus.
No,
Yes, it is.
no, it's
You
not.
can't even deny that. Don't make
Look,
me bring up your. Don't make me bring up your past.
The Jamarcus wasn't paid like what was it, $100 million or
Are
some
you
shit?
kidding me?
$100 million.
$100 million. I mean, like, yes, he wasn't. No football player in the history of the game was ever paid anything above like I think $40 million.
I
Yeah,
really
but-
forgot what Kaepernick's contract is.
Fuck quarterbacks.
Yeah.
If
all
we
about
just
running
put
backs.
Cena as the quarterback, we'd never lose.
Cena wins. LOL. Wow, you're right.
Cena
he'd
wins,
never-
and I still lost money.
He'd never
They try
get
to
sacked.
sack him, but yeah, you can't see.
You
him.
can't see him. You can't see him.
Ugh.
Didn't Brock Lesnar play football at one point though? I mean, is that
Yeah,
when
he actually
Shut
didn't
up.
make it. He's like Goldberg. He played, and then they were like, "Yeah, this guy sucks."
Wait, I thought Gilbert was like the best goddamn NFL player ever.
Oh, Gilbert is.
Yeah.
Goldberg is a
Oh,
bum.
Goldberg was that buff dipshit, right?
Yeah. Ripped
Yeah,
off
he was no
Gilbert.
Gilbert. Gilbert was legit.
Or what about wasn't Roman Reigns also part of the NFL for a little bit?
He probably played college ball.
I think he got in, but then he would just like back up and never did anything.
Well, that
And he-
whole family played ball at some point, so it's like you can safely assume that everybody except Jimmy and Jay Uso were ball players at some point. I was going to go segue into a tangent about the historical ramifications of the name Uso, but that's another time. Just want to say it's not so family friendly as everybody thinks it is.
means brother.
If you're from San Francisco and you're representing Uso, it means brother.
I thought it was the actual word for brother.
Well, it is. It's just also it's also a prison gang.
Oh,
Does it also
Well.
mean bruh?
No, I don't know.
no, that's oos. Yo, oos.
Oos.
Gotcha.
Shit, I feel like there was something else we were supposed to say.
I'm the best.
I'm the best. Hey.
Rule number 1, I'm number 1.
That's not rule number one. Rule
You know, I
number
was
one's
thinking
don't
about
die.
that. Tony, you got me thinking.
Uh-oh.
Like, what if somebody like legit told me that, like, hey man, we developed a cure for oh, horrible kidney diseases, and no one's ever gonna die by having their kidney explode. But I also think Neo Contra is the best. I would just be like, you need to fuck off.
No, thank you.
Take you and your shitty ass cure out of my face.
Super C had better music. Actually, that's pretty correct. That's pretty accurate.
So let me make it. I'd like to have a hypothetical here. Which game is worse, Neo Contra or Contra Force?
Oh, Contra Force.
Contra Force isn't even technically a Contra game,
No,
man.
they call it
It is
Contra,
in America,
though.
man.
You can duck and shoot. You can duck and shoot. It's got all the fucking it has all the prerequisites.
Before I knew any better, I liked that game.
Really?
Yeah.
When I first saw Contra Force, you know what I immediately thought of? Like TNC's surf designs.
There was a point in time where I liked that game as well. So
that game is awesome.
But you don't got Thriller Gorilla in that one.
I don't know why. I guess it felt like it was like they used the same exact backdrop, and they're like, "Hey, they turned TNC surf designs into a shooter and called it Contra Force," and the guy is still wearing like the tank tops and shit. It's a shitty game. But yeah, Neo Contra's pretty bad too.
anyways, Skate or Die was the best NES skateboard related game.
Which one though?
First one. Number 1.
I really like Skate or Die too.
Damn. Controversy.
I really like Skate or Die
Tackling
too.
the hard topics.
Actually,
for Desperation Radio.
If we're gonna go on hard topics, there's something that's very controversial that I need to bring up because I don't think Chris was privy to this, and as a weeb, his opinion means something to me.
Something, yeah.
So,
Thank you.
There's a gentleman that we all know and love, beloved by all in the FGC. I'm not gonna name names, but his name does rhyme with Pasty Eve. Who has
Wow.
a very poor opinion of the following 2 animes, while having a high opinion of Sword Art Online. He didn't care.
This is already bad.
He didn't care for Trigun or Gungrave.
What?
But
Has he even seen Trigun? Like
No.
honestly, like you have to sit down and ask him
He
like.
saw apparently like part of one episode, and he just thought it was whack.
Come! Oh my God!
Hold on. Is Steve a John Cena fan?
I said no names, dude. This
Okay,
is
I don't care.
He
I'm
said
naming names.
Pasty.
This is a tell-all. Is he a John Cena fan?
No, he is not a John Cena fan.
Okay.
See, here's the thing. So like he poo-pooed Trigun and Gungrave. I can see him poo-pooing Gungrave because that was
I'll
like
fuck
a
you
very no. I liked it. I liked it, but it was a very acquired taste. A lot of people were just
I would say with Gungrave, it's not as universally loved.
Exactly.
You have to have like
You
a
gotta look for
love
it.
for mafia kind of stories. The pacing's very deliberate. It's not going to catch you in the first 5 eps, but like if you stick with it, there's a payout at the end. But
So you're telling me that that's this Pasty Eve individual
Pasty.
doesn't like the voice stylings of Johnny Young Bosch for Vash the Stampede.
he might have gone on record as saying that Wolfwood is a stupid character.
I don't think. See, that's just somebody who doesn't even know what Wolfwood's about. Like, I'm not saying that the show did the best, the justice for him, but at its core, Wolfwood is like the internal struggle of man trying to be good in a world that won't let him be good. You know,
We are going deep into the lore here, people.
that's what it is.
Guys,
That's the whole thing behind Wolfwood.
You might just summon Kelly right now, and
No, she's in the Shire.
they
They don't have the internet.
They don't have
in
the internet in the Shire,
Shire.
Yeah, dude. You know how hard it is to get the internet from a tree? You got to get all the maple syrup out first.
right? Oh
Yeah.
man,
And then you have to
I don't
hook
think
a couple caribou to it. There's a pulley system involved. Man, it's a pain in the ass.
You know, and if this particular person is going by animes being manly or not manly, and that is how you're measuring them, how are you going to tell me some punk ass that dual wields 2 swords in a
that's the other
fucking
thing I
video
don't
game
like.
is more manly than a guy named Brandon Heat who then goes by Beyond the Grave? The dude is dead. He came back to shoot people. Like, he legit gets into a fight where he kicks a dude so hard, he goes up like 3 flights of stairs. Vertically. Like, 90 degrees angles up. Like, that's how hard the dude kicked.
No, but that's physically impossible, though.
Well, how
Not
can
when
you?
you're from Beyond the Grave, so.
How can you hate on a guy who's literally called the humanoid typhoon?
I don't know, man.
He's a walking natural disaster, and that's not manly.
You see, I saw both of these shows, and I don't remember them this well. I'm like, damn, someone got kicked up the stairs?
Somebody got kicked up, not even stairs, just legit floors.
Yeah.
Like we're standing on floor 1, I kick you 90 degrees up.
Let's see.
It's like Potemkin's instant kill in reverse.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, why would you watch Sword Art Online? Because it's just an also ran .hack.
Yeah, it's pretty much that. Plus, it's a complete power fantasy for people who are just like, man, I wish my life was as cool as this fake internet thing right now.
Well, hold on. You guys are questioning this stuff about this guy. You need to remember, he put a bunch of information online just to prove a lie that he made about some anime called The Legend of the Legendary Hero. Okay, he put up all this fake information.
That's real. That's a real.
No,
show.
that's not real.
The Legend of the Legendary Heroes.
It's all fake. Yeah, it's all fake.
What? No, it's not.
It is.
I'm pretty sure it's
created
real.
it. He lied about it. What kind of?
Oh, he lied about
What kind of
reading it.
self-respecting person would create something called The Legend of the Legendary Hero?
I'm not saying it's good, but
See,
I don't really know what to think about all this.
yeah.
All I know
Because I am
that-
not versed in the anime lore.
It's actually not a show I would expect him to watch because it doesn't place the heroic type in a very powerful role. So, I mean, considering he likes Sword Art Online, that's completely opposite of what he would enjoy, unless he enjoys like a man being dominated by several women, in which case that's also possible.
I know nothing of Sword Art Online outside of Justin Wong is the biggest fan of it in the world.
He's a oh my god! They should both be watching Log Horizon. Okay, you want to watch a good version of Sword Art Online that takes both the elements of .hack and loses all the bullshit that rises with Sword Art Online. Just watch Log Horizon. You'll feel
And I
better
just
about
want to
it.
see a stream of Justin streaming to his Wonglings while wearing the Rise Above Hate shirt. And he's just watching Sword Art Online. It'd be fucking amazing.
You know,
Sipping
I
a
gotta
big
say, everyone who I've seen wearing a Rise Above Hate shirt is a dipshit. And I don't want Justin wearing that thing. I love Justin. Justin, you're good people. Please don't.
just stop, man. Come on.
This
man, you're hurting.
this will segue into our discussion for next week. Do douchebags have self-respect?
No.
Damn,
I would
We don't
assume they
even
did
have
at
this
some
discussion.
point.
Answers them.
damn, that's a hard question.
You asking me if I have self-respect? Come on, just ask me in my face. Come on. Just.
Ah, damn, stop subtweeting Chris.
I'm on this fucking show. Come on.
Beyond the fucking grave, man. Like the dude was dead. Like,
He's been to hell and back, like literally. This guy's the
Are
Undertaker.
you sure he died? Are you sure he just didn't like find a new place like behind, like beyond the graveyard?
it's not like he was. He
an
wasn't
apartment complex, and it was cheap.
Dude,
A
got
beachfront apartment beyond the graveyard.
Look, check this out. Check this out. Dude got shot in the eye, point blank, and then got kicked out of a fucking skyscraper. This was like Geese Howard. Are you gonna tell me Geese Howard's not manly?
Yes.
Well, yeah, he's definitely
Geese
better than
Howard
this.
is the prototype, perfect.
Yeah, but you know what?
Fucking
You know what the
otaku,
difference
like-
between your hero and say somebody like, I don't know, 50 Cent is? 50 Cent got shot like 9 times and survived. Your boy dead from 1.
Hey, look,
True.
if you watch the show and then follow up with Gungrave Overdose, which was technically a sequel to the show, you actually realize that Brandon Heat later releases a mixtape that goes on to sell millions.
Oh, okay.
Jesus.
So wait, hold on. So how does that work? If you either get rich or die trying, how do you get rich when you're already dead?
No, it's he got rich, died trying.
Oh.
Yeah.
So he got rich by. Wait, what?
Yeah.
Yeah, wait, what?
He got rich, but he died while getting rich.
I'm not sure.
That's
No, I
basically
think
what he's saying.
Dead before he was rich. If he sold the mixtape afterward.
So he sold. Okay, so he died and then got rich.
Yes.
Also,
Wait, then that's
he
better
sur-
than that's
he
better.
survived
dying
falling.
trying.
Die trying. Yeah, like get rich or die trying. That's like a loser's way of doing it. Get rich and die in the process and still be rich.
Yeah.
Damn.
I mean, you want to be able to tell the guy to bury you with your
he's ahead
money.
of a curve.
You want to be able to tell the Undertaker to bury you with your money. So
Bury me with my money. Man.
All right. Do we have anything actually to talk about left?
Yes.
Okay.
This week is, the holiday weekend-ish deals. So, you've got Christmas, you've got, what is it? I think Hanukkah's going on. I think there's like New
Hanukkah.
Year's coming up sometime soon. have fun, enjoy it. You got presents under a tree, you got presents somewhere, you got candles lit somewhere, have fun. Be with your family, be with the people you love, be with your waifus, I don't care what it is, be with it. And, send some love our way. Our address is 158927 East Parkview Way, Lancaster, California, 93535. Come send us presents. Send us all presents.
Damn,
Is this our storage bin?
It's holidays.
It's our storage bin. It's like our Kaepernicks in Lancaster.
Yeah, I actually bought a new Kaepernick 2 days ago
Dear.
for one of my loved ones. She really appreciated it, and it's got a 49er sticker on it, so it's definitely a Kaepernick.
I just fucking set myself up for that. I was like, I'm just gonna take away all the power from Gibby's joke by using it myself, and he's like,
Doesn't work that way.
Can't do it.
What a
You just gave it more power. That's all.
You're part of the problem.
I am the problem.
Yes. Yeah, I'm done. I want to go to
Oh
bed.
yeah, well, going piggybacking on Gibby's thing. If you would like me to release more footage, please send us as a Christmas present a mini USB connector.
You still don't have
I
that?
found one, but I need another one
Why do you need another one?
because I want it.
You're stupid.
So I didn't realize that the PS3 that I bought comes with one of those things because it comes with a PS3 controller, and I've never used it.
Oh, shit.
I've never actually put a game inside that PS3 because everything I bought's digital.
I see.
Yeah, so
That
See,
happened to me once.
this is our show, people. You see, it's ran by a greedy dipshit like me that just wants you to send shit. And then you got a dumbass who works IT who can't even figure out how to work with his own goddamn system.
look, man, I just spent the entire day fixing a fucking VPN problem over multiple networks and different properties. I
And
can't
he
find a
doesn't know
mini
what
USB.
Yeah.
I was about to say, it says the guy who couldn't figure out that half the RAM in his computer was dead for 6 months.
I never thought to check. Like,
That's
God, you're
never
the
that's
worst.
never the problem you check
How-
the first time.
How did your RAM die when you continuously download it?
I downloaded too much RAM.
Oh shit! You could do that? Crap!
Yeah,
I gotta
dude.
stop downloading this RAM.
Yeah, like
that
It
RAM
just-
is currently downloading. Fuck.
It's not like RAM has an expiration date. I just kept checking the back of my computer. It's like it's not there. All right, RAM doesn't expire. We're good.
Oh shit! Did you download RAM Lethal?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Crap!
Fuck.
That's
You
how I
probably
got.
just told your computer it was garbage and it turned
Damn.
off.
Yeah.
Shit. I'm sorry, Alex.
Yeah.
So
All
I,
right.
I just wanted to say during the holiday season, if you're going to go out and have fun, please do it responsibly. We don't want to hear about any tragedies occurring on the road or anywhere else. Especially goes triple for me, so I will be staying home all week.
Also,
Maybe I'll come visit you.
Can we decide now? We're taking a
Please
break
do.
next week, right?
Are we?
Are we? I
Are
thought
we?
we were going to do something special.
I don't know.
Next
Did we-
week is the 29th. Is anything happening on the 29th?
Well, it's our last
My brother's
show of the
birthday.
year.
My brother's birthday is on the 28th. But are we doing anything on the 29th?
You might be here. We'll see.
Yeah.
We'll keep you guys
If not, this is the last show of the year. We'll see you in 2015.
Yeah. Follow us
Maybe
on the
next year.
SDR cast.
Maybe next year. Maybe next week
Find
we'll
things
do worst of 2014. It'll just be all about Chris.
Oh man, that's gonna take like 3 hours.
Right? It'll
That
be
might-
a especially long show.
We have 3
Maybe,
hours.
maybe we'll do something special. Maybe depending on how lazy I feel, I'll just stream for 8 hours that day and just bullshit
Oh.
or something.
Speaking of which,
Like, what
Anthony,
numbers again?
can you fire up 98 in a bit at all?
No, I have to
Damn.
fix my computer.
Okay. Well,
You gotta download that RAM.
The RAM isn't
Chris,
the.
go download 98 UM. Let's go play in a bit.
All right.
I want to play
gotta-
though.
Well, somebody's dumped my daughter down the stairs, so I gotta go get her real quick.
We all-
Not literally, of course. Just
Yeah.
But-
So go check out my channel in a bit. We're gonna stream some 98 in 20 to 30 minutes.
And that
98
is twitch.tv/Manchester.
Gibby. Just GIBY.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's my name. Woo.
So, all right, from everybody here at Super Desperation Radio, hope everybody has a safe and happy holiday season. Thanks for listening, as always. So, and from everybody here, good night and good luck.